Today, we bring you the story of a life lived in contradiction, a man torn between two passions. What would you do if you were born with a soul that wants to hug, but fists that can only punch? A pugnacious pugilist with heart plump and paunchy, heavy from disuse, a face like that of a pug, pressed against the exterior windows of parties he's not invited to. An outcast that will leave you incast. Today, we're spending the day in the life of a lover, not a fighter, but whose love is fighting stuff. So you're a lover, and specifically not a fighter, but it says here that your love is fighting?
Fighting stuff.
Fighting stuff.
That's right.
Can you explain that for the audience at home? What exactly does it mean to love fighting?
To be in love with?
Excuse me, to be in love with fighting stuff.
Look, I've got a lot of love to give, and there's only so few ways to express it. So sometimes, the only love language that I speak is combat.
That must create difficulties in day-to-day life.
Oh yeah, man. Every day's a battle. But then again, I thrive on the battle. So it all just kinda spirals in on itself.
What about basic tasks like cooking? Any issues there?
Yes and no. I'm pretty great at some stuff. I make a mean fruit punch. And you'll never taste meat more tender than mine. But it all seems to fall apart on serving.
I could see that being a problem. Does any specific examples stand out?
Yeah, sure. One time I was making a cake for my mom, and it was all going perfectly. But then the recipe said, everything tastes better when it's made with love. Turns out cake has a pretty weak chin.
What about your work life? How do you support yourself?
Well, I participated in an underground bum fighting ring. It seemed like a good way to make a living doing what I love, but now it really feels like a job. Kind of kills the joy in it. Plus all the office politics.
The office politics.
Yeah.
The office politics of an illegal underground bum fighting ring?
Yeah. You'd be surprised how official it is, being so unofficial and all. I've been trying to get out of it, get into something a little more traditional, corporate, but the job hunt is just not going so well.
Well, son, I think you've exactly the kind of energy needed to make a real impact in this office. You've got the job. I can see this causes some dysfunction. Have you sought any outside help in dealing with these problems?
Yeah, I've been seeing a therapist. Things have been progressing pretty slowly, but I think we're moving in the right direction.
So sometimes the issues we can deal with as adults stem from traumatic events in our childhood. For example, excessive spanking from a disciplinarian parent. Do you recall any such instances in your home growing up?
No, I don't think so. If anything, I would have liked more spanking.
Well, we certainly covered a lot of ground today. What advice might you give to anyone out there who's waging their own private war?
We would say, don't be afraid to put the fist in pacifist, and always execute your plans from karate to karatzi.
And there you have it, a touching story wrapped up like the fists of a boxer. Or maybe, just maybe, wrapped up as in the arms of a loved one. There is much to grapple with in this cold modern world of ours. In theory, we're more connected than ever, being able to reach out instantly to people all around the world just to say hi. But does this communication convenience cause us to fear being loved intensely, honestly, nakedly? The comfortable distance afforded by our technology allows us to indulge in the introverted impulse to fear love as if it were a chokehold. And, as we learned today, for some, love may literally be a chokehold. Maybe I'm rambling here. Maybe tomorrow there will be no place left in the world for a soft-hearted and hot-blooded romantic. But for today, at least in one sleepy community, love may not yet be down for the count. Ding,